Imagine that you want to sell your bond. Now, keep in mind that most bonds pay interest every 6 months, maybe even once a year. So let's say that it's been 2 months since your last payment date, meaning that the last time you got interest paid to you was 2 months ago. Now, today you want to sell your bond. So the thing is that you have been holding the bond over the past 2 months without actually earning interest for those days, despite being the bond holder, because it just wasn't the payment date. So therefore, when you're selling your bond, you don't just want to sell it for the price of the bond itself, but you also want to make sure that you include any interest accrued over those days in between. And that's what's called accrued interest. And so that's what this question is getting at. At a price of 102, Marie purchases on Friday, June 1st, $500,000 worth of BB Company 10% April 12th bonds. The bonds mature in 8 years and have a semi-annual coupon. Marie sells her entire holdings of the BB bonds on Monday, August 10th at a price of 102.25. How much would she receive from the sale, assuming all the days in the week are clearing days? So the question just wants to know how much she's receiving from her sale. Now, as we discussed, we need to know how much she is selling the bond for, but also how much accrued interest she is entitled to, and then we'll add those numbers together to get our answer. So we know that if she's selling the bond for 102.25 and the par value of the bond is $500,000, then she's selling it for 2.25% above $500,000, which equals $511,250. So she's selling it for that much, but that's not the answer yet because we haven't included the accrued interest. So how do we include the accrued interest? So first of all, this question is trying to trick us because the last payment date was on April 12th, but she bought it on June 1st. So you might think, oh, well, does she only get the interest from June 1st through August 10th, or well, 2 clearing days later, August 12th? Well, the answer is no. When she bought the bond, she would have actually had to compensate someone else for the accrued interest that they deserve. So for that reason, she is entitled to interest, or she's going to sell it for interest to make up for all of the time since the last payment. Okay, so we're looking at April 12th until the final sale date. And so the final sale date, because it takes 2 days for these to clear, the final sale date is August 12th. So April, May, June, July, August, so that's about 4 months. And if you look at a calendar, it's technically exactly 122 days. You could have gotten the right answer if you didn't get that exactly right. But so she's owed 122 days of interest. Now, how much interest is she getting on each day? Well, we know that it pays 10% of $500,000 annually. So it pays $50,000 per year. So all we need to do is take that $50,000 annually and divide by the number of days in a year and figure out what it pays daily. So $50,000 divided by 365 gives us $136.98 daily. And since she is owed 122 days worth of interest, we just want to multiply the daily interest rate, which we calculated to be $136.98 times the 122 days that she's owed. And that gives us $16,711.56. So she's owed $16,711.56 of accrued interest, and her sale price as well of $511,250. So just add those together, and on a calculator that will give us $527,962.33, and that is the answer. So she's going to make that amount from this sale. Thanks so much for watching.